We had another young legend lose their life. Senseless violence. Come on, baby. The whole thing about getting up and grinding and hustling is it's all about getting your own. A young should be able to eat a waffle with his family without losing about his own. His own. Get your own.
You know, I used to believe that if you can successfully become a rapper, successfully somehow get yourself out of the streets and into industry, that it would kind of insulate you or magically keep you out of harm's way. Like once you became an artist, like you were supposed to kind of like magically been out of the way of some of the violence and some of the hardships that we was going through when we was in the streets. Like I really believed that. I really thought that, you know, becoming an artist or getting in the industry was a way out of some of the violence and some of the shit that was happening in our lives. Like that was the way out, not a way in. But if these recent years ain't taught us one thing, it taught us that ain't even true. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. In fact, being a rapper or entertainer or any notable person that is identifiable to some degree, it may increase the chances of danger, violence, whatever. It may make that, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, music was supposed to be like the way out. That was what I always believed. Like we didn't escape the trenches and the danger and the peril and all this other shit. We didn't make it past all the shit in the street just to become artists and change our lives and then die violently as if we never even left the street in the first place. How like ironic is that? It's crazy, man. I don't get it, man.
What's going on there? But what I never understood is why can't you rob a brother? Take his shit, stick him up, we caught you off guard, and keep it moving and let that brother be great. Now, we all know how hard it is for young blacks and young Latinos. They're stacked against us. Police against us. The streets against us. System against us. And so we all fighting to try to find a way. But now when you rob a person, because I want to be clear on this. So I'll tell you, I'm not mad at you robbing people. I'm not. You won. You got it. But I'm mad at you killing people. I'm going to keep it real. And so, when you make the choice to kill an unarmed person for no reason after you robbed them, you're an evil person. You're evil. You're mad at your life, and you're evil. Now, what is I seen an uproar. Oh, you shouldn't wear your jewelry. You shouldn't this. I watched on the news. I was in LA. And I'm watching the little girl on the news and all that. They got her outside of Roscoe's Chicken. And she's saying, you shouldn't post where you at. You should, what? I want to know, what's the crime in posting where you at? What's the crime in being proud of yourself and wearing the jury? What's the crime in supporting black-owned business? What's the crime? No, that's not the reason why the man died. The reason why the man died is because there's some guys out there that hate the world and they killed him for no reason. Because they could have took his jury, pistol whipped him, whatever. Took the jury. They did not have to take that little girl's father. And so they start all these, because no. It is what it is. Black on brown crime, black on black crime, brown on brown crime. It is what it is. And it's disgusting. When we know how hard it is to get out of that situation, to lift yourself up, and your life can be taken like that. We only get one life. Fat Joe's not no fucking superhuman. I could slip on a banana peel today. I could get hit with a flower pot on my head. I could be in an accident. This is real shit. This is why I come on here and talk transparency. Now, there's a thing they call, you go to a place, check in. How about we check in ahead of time? How about the OGs who know these guys who are fucking killing rappers? Tell them ahead of time, stick them up, don't kill them. Can you do that for me? Every gang leader, every real guy, every OG of the world. Can y'all do that for me? Can you do this and say, stick him up? He ain't check in. Don't kill him. Not in front of that black woman and that black baby. In that restaurant, which is a fucking iconic restaurant that I've been to 20, 30, 40 times. Fucking chicken is the best chicken in the world, Roscoe's Chicken. And when you come to LA, the first thing you want is some Roscoe's Chicken. And I wisened up. And I just tell them to get it and bring it to the hotel. Now the hotel ain't safe. Just a week before this, they aired out a truck. They almost killed the rapper. They aired out his manager. 100 shots in the middle of Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills ain't safe in LA. It just ain't nowhere is safe there. And then what do these guys do? They roam around Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive to see anybody to kill them and rob them? What I learned out in LA my whole life is that these guys are so daring. You could be with the illest OG that runs everything, and they'll try you. With the OG standing right next to you. It's happened to me several of times. I'm with the biggest so-called guy you ever heard of in LA, the leader of all leaders and this and that, and we still get into the smoke in front of the guy. And so in New York, the only difference is, and I'm not comparing LA to New York to Philly, is there's a level of respect. Well, as of now, because these kids are out of control. And I'm not necessarily throwing that on the kids. That P&B rock, I don't know if those was young guys. I don't know who it was. What I do know is these kids, I just watched some shit on Instagram. They stuck up a bodega with machine guns this big for a bodega. You know what the bodega got, guys? $1,000. It's 4 of you guys with machine guns. You go to jail, you get 15 years in jail for armed robbery. Nobody wants armed robbery, especially white people. Do you fucking get it? No white people want to go to Bottega and Veneta or fucking Gucci and 4 armed gunmen coming there with machine guns. They don't want it, bro. And so when you go to trial or you become a jail lawyer and you think you will see those fucking white people in that jury talking about send that motherfucker away for 18. We don't want no machine gun in the store. Poppy don't want it. Nobody want the shit. So now what you got $1,000? You guys made $250. Was 15 years of your life worth $250? If Poppy feels bold and jumps at you with a knife, you gotta kill him. That's life in jail. And so, rappers are now an endangered species. I'm telling you now. Because you got them both. You got the feds, you got the police, ready to lock everybody up. They can't wait. In fact, the more famous you get, works against you because they want to play that against you. They want to lock you up. The most famous you are, they want to give it to you. The hood want to kill their own. I've never seen people hate themselves. I've never seen. What's the problem? Black people, Latino people. What's the problem? If you see your own brother or sister come up and make something out of nothing, why you want to kill them? What is the problem? Why you hate yourself so much? Why you want to kill them? Hate. People wake up every day just to hate. You hate yourself. See, I'm not these guys. I come from the soil. And if you from fucking Tennessee or Mississippi or Alabama and you never grew up with a guy like Fat Joe, a Spanish guy that black people love like that, you don't know where I'm from, bro. That's where you got it confused. Big time confused. And so you got to understand that I know. I come from it. I know the mindset.
Another young king lost to senseless gun violence. You're going to see a lot of RIPs, a lot of damn, this is messed up. Why I gotta be you, tears. Once again, you know, my respect goes out to his family and all his loved ones. But at what point are we gonna actually do something to change the culture, right? And I'm not even talking about just the music, right? Because music is entertainment, right? We can say that like everything else. The only difference with music is our music, you actually die, right? We look at movies, we see Arnold Schwarzenegger, we see every gangster. Al Pacino, ain't nobody shooting at Al Pacino when he get off the set. Ain't nobody trying to kill Robert De Niro. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ghost is still alive. Like, at what point do we start saying to ourselves, we have to do something different, right? We can't just keep talking about it and say, damn, that's messed up, right? So what I'm proposing, right? I propose a 30-day ceasefire, 30-day that we practice loving each other. Just 30 days. Let's start with 30 days. Let's start with 30 days in the most hardest, toughest communities. You start loving each other. You start saying, my bad. You stop ice grilling each other. We stop finding reasons. We don't have no ops across the street. For 30 days, call that shit off. Let's just start with that. For 30 days, I ain't got no ops. Right? Let's live in a level of love for 30 days. Just try it for 30 days. Just see how it feel. For 30 days, we ain't walking around trying to shoot nobody. We ain't got no beef. For 30 days, we just call all black people in the world is calling a ceasefire, whatever's going on. Ain't nothing going on. Try that for 30 days. And then what I want to do is let's start balancing this shit out. Right? Because I come from hip hop. I love hip hop. It's expression from gangster rap to all kinds of rap. I get it. Drill, all that shit is expression, right? But where's the balance? Right? If you're a drill rapper and you talking about killing on every song, what else do you do to combat that, to show these kids that that's just entertainment? Right? So if you're a drill rapper and you're making millions of dollars, then come back in these communities with us, the communities you from that's taking this shit literal, and come back and tell them to live. That's what I want y'all to do. Because we going to go on this tour. We going on this Boycott Black Murder tour. And I need all the artists from the areas that we go to come out and tell these kids to live. Say, yeah, we talking that shit on music. It's entertainment, just like the movies. But I want you to live. I want you to, that's not what we trying to do. We're not promoting you killing each other. That's what I want you to do. If you saying that it's just music and people should trying to make a way out, then every artist has that responsibility. Every one of you artists who made millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars off your community, you have an obligation to go back in that community that fed you, that bred you, and tell those kids to live. That's what I want to do. That's what I want us to do. I want us to balance it out. It got to be a balance because it's too much bullshit. It's too much us killing us. It's too much promoting just negativity. It has to be a balance, Kings. There has to be a balance. Radio stations, start balancing this shit out. If you're going to play some shit where they're saying to kill something, play some shit positive right after it. Where's the balance at? What are we investing in our life, in us living? Because we damn sure invested in killing each other and dying. So where's the investment in us living? That's what I want to see, the investment from all of us as human beings, period, but as artists, athletes, I want y'all to invest in us living, right? We know poverty is the main thing that's going on. PNB Rock was killed because somebody tried to take his chain. So we need to give these kids and these people, these communities, opportunities. We got to provide opportunities, right? Let's figure out, how do we provide opportunities in the most marginalized communities? That's what Boycott Black Murder is. Boycotting Black Murder is boycotting poverty, is boycotting police brutality, all of that shit that we talking about, and it's boycotting us killing us. So I want us to collectively sit down, artists, record labels, all of that shit, and come up with a plan of us marketing us living. Right? Because y'all figured out how to market us killing each other and made millions of dollars, but I guarantee that we can still make millions of dollars marketing us living and putting back into the communities and feeding the people that's hungry. So let's start with that one. Let's sit down. I want to sit down with all of the people who make the calls. I want to sit down with artists. I want to have a town hall meeting with all of these artists, top artists, from drill rappers to old school rappers. I want to sit down and call a town hall meeting with all of us and come up with a strategy that doesn't take away from you making your money, because drill music and all that shit is making money. But also, you figure out a way to balance it out by preaching life into the community. After you get off the stage or after you make the video, let's figure out how we go into these communities and tell these kids to live and inspire them to live and tell them to put guns down and tell them to do some shit different than killing each other. Because the way it's going right now, it ain't working. We losing good people. We losing everyday people. Every day we are losing young kings. And we fighting a whole new